What's up, guys? It's after work here. It's at night. It's a little bit late at night. Check out my cool poster. A bunch of Beatles up here. But anyway, let's talk about this guy. So Niklas Stolze versus, I mean, man, this is a tough match to do. Ramazan, Emeev. Guys, this one, man, I tell you what, it's interesting. Going back, it's kind of fun watching their tape. Well, in some ways, right? Like Niklas Stolze, I like it. You know, he's like, you know, about, yeah, he's like my height, 6 foot tall, right, guy. You know, fighting at welterweight, 170. So I feel like he doesn't have the largest frame, but he's good at that weight class. I think, you know, he's kind of rangy guy. I look back, you can find him on YouTube. I suggest going back and looking at some of his fights on YouTube. Like in like Octagon 7 and stuff with spells the K. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, all the cool like European amateur stuff, and yeah, it's good. He's good offensive kickboxing. I mean, I like that. I like what I saw as far as offense now, but he lacks defense. You'll see his chin kind of go out. He'll get in a firefight, and you'll see him kind of get hit on the chin as well. But man, slick kicks. Man, I like that high kick up to the head. Comes untelegraphed. Kind of reminds me of like Holly Holm has it like untelegraphed. You know, just comes up there, so it's good. You know, some clinch pressure against the cage. You know, we saw takedown defense. I did see some. But like I said, is it going to be enough to deal with Ramazan? It's a big question mark. But you know, elbows in the clinch as well. I like that. You know, he wants to stand and brawl with it, basically, right? Like I wrote down a bunch of notes here, right? So it kind of opens up some to takedowns. You know, standard brawl, opening himself up to takedowns. I think like that's not good. You know, Ramazan can take him down. He stuffs takedowns and gets his opponent. Gets his own takedowns as well. I think he's a good all-around fighter. I think, you know, offensively. But yeah, he got, you know, side control. Goes to side control. Gets some ground and pound going. I like that. You know, takes the back. You know, I feel like it's good because when he fought, was it Jan Janka? As this one, Octagon 7 with a K. Yeah, he got. It's good because he got side control, landed ground and pound to kind of soften up the opponent, and he strikes and then gets a rear naked choke. Good stuff. I like it. So he wants to kind of, as far as on the ground game, I think he likes to go, not necessarily for a position, but he's more trying to go for some submission attempts, you know. I think, obviously, his bread and butter is going to be the striking. You know, as far as even if you go back, watch some stuff, things I like, yeah, like I said, slick head kicks. They're not telegraphed, which I like. You know, I think, yeah, he's got sub from guard and the back of the opponents. You know, I think he looks like a pretty well-rounded fighter, but obviously his bread and butter is on the feet. You know, he's not. I don't think it's a smart idea to try to take it to the ground with Ramazan, right? Even if you look back when he was younger, when he was 23, he got, you know, against this guy Terry Brazier, and Brazier was like, I guess, you know, kind of good, tough guy all around kind of fighter. You know, had some wrestling ability and some power in the hands apparently, but. You know, he got good takedown defense at first. You know, so I think he'll fight it off at first. But Brazier mixes up, strikes to get a takedown. You know, mix it up well. So if you can mix it up well, he is susceptible, like I said. Stolze backs up, was taken down against. Yeah, I remember that, taking against the cage. I'm sorry. Stolze gets knee to the groin. I mean, this is a crazy fight because like the knee strikes, man. Stolze gets knee to the groin was a nasty one. I think. Take his time. I like the speed and footwork of Stolze in this matchup. I think it's kind of good. Kind of helped him evade takedowns, and even helped him actually to reverse the takedown attempts. You know, he trying to use his full game, right, get his grappling himself. He gets him against the cage, landing knees to the thigh, which I like. You know, just anything to soften him up. Like, gotta have your all-around game, right? When you're not able to get your distance and be able to work that nice kickboxing, you gotta kind of, you know, when you clinch up, what can you do there? I liked seeing that, but then he groin shots. You know, Brazier. I remember Brazier was like, come on, man, what are you doing? Like, it's just like, I don't know, it just happens, like unfortunate stuff. But yeah. So I think, like, you know, it was a back and forth on the feet, but he gets taken down again. I'm not liking this. Stolze defends from the back and uses up kicks, which I like. Yeah, he's like I said, he's it's not like he's going for good positions all the time, but he is attacking you, trying to do some subs or, you know, up kicks, anything to kind of. You know, he's always in the fight. Brazier gets side control, which is not good. Eats some ground pound, but he goes for a heel hook, which is nice. You know, Stolze goes for a heel hook, cranks it, but is unsuccessful. Goes back to it at the end of the round, and this is on round 2, right? Round 3. So we're talking about round 1, 2. Round 3, Stolze goes for his own takedown, which is cool, and puts him against the fence, right? So it's kind of nice, kind of mix it up, right? And I think Brazier goes for his own takedowns, yeah, of course. And and eventually gets the double leg, which, side control against the cage, and Stolze eats some more ground pounds. Stolze goes for a heel hook again, 1 minute left in, and Brazier goes for his own heel hook, but is unsuccessful. I mean, it's just kind of like a back and forth. So that's when he's 23, several years ago. But I just like, I try to see how his takedown defense goes, and I think like he will hold up in the beginning, but eventually, I think that defensively sometimes and I've seen him go into firefights. He likes to stand there and trade, and he's got like slick. I like the striking, and he's get creative. It's not like slick and like he's doing a bunch of spinning stuff, but I mean it's cool. Like it comes out. You can tell this guy. I mean, his bread and butter. He wants to kind of. It's good. The high kicks coming up. The hands are looking good. He's got power in the hands. He always throws it. Or at least he has some oomph to him. He doesn't just kind of tap you, pitter pat you. He actually kind of. You can tell he's enjoying making it a firefight. Like I said, sometimes defensively though he can be open for a takedown. Ramazan, I think like like when you look back even against Mario Miranda. Yeah, I was watching this on YouTube actually. I was watching on Fight Pass. But I feel like with this matchup though, like I said, some people are saying Stolze is not a large enough guy to be able to kind of like handle that with not be able to kind of clinch up with Ramazan or even defend the takedowns well enough maybe. Sometimes, I mean, Ramazan, like we all know about this guy, he kind of makes it a boring fight, right? People are talking about the line's so off, man. I would understand if he was more like a Habib kind of guy, right? If he actually was like just really actively taking you to the ground and keeps you there and smashing you, but he's really good at making the fight kind of boring, just going to a decision, which, I mean, hey, it's his game plan though. If he makes it, these guys that are supposed to be good strikers on the feet, how they do it. But things that stand in my mind, like when you look at the Rocco Martin fight, I don't want to use MMA math, but it's like, look, when we go back, we have to look back at the previous tape, right? We see what they did. And against Rocco Martin, I mean, I'm sorry, but I think Stolze, as far as the stand-up, Stolze seems to be a little bit crisper on the feet. I mean, and he has some submission attempts of his own. I think he's pretty well-rounded, and I think the flags with Stolze is that maybe his takedown defense isn't the strongest. It's not bad, though. Like, he can mix it up, but against a pure wrestler, I think he will kind of struggle. But he's always, like I said, he's always trying to attack. He tries to land some submissions of his own, and of course, his bread and butter, the striking on the feet is good. But Rocco Martin, I felt like his bread and butter is more like on the ground, and he kind of but he's a well-rounded fighter, right? I think that he's happy to kind of brawl on the feet a bit. Leg kicks were the story of the game, right? Ramazan, of course, in the Rocco Martin fight we saw it, and in previous fights too, you see him. He doesn't really check leg kicks. He eats them a lot, and against this one too, Mario Miranda, I mean, he ducks his head to throw the overhand right repeatedly. This is like what he does for striking. I mean, it's a little bit basic, He just really wants to clinch with you, right? He wants to clinch. If he can't get takedowns, Mario's takedown defense is really good though. I mean, he's a larger guy. The opponent he's fighting was more of a filled out kind of guy, like 6 foot, forgot what. It's like 190 centimeters, something like that. So it's like, I'm assuming he's like 6'2" or so, 6'3", about. More solid kind of built guy. But I mean, this guy, the guy he's fighting was this Mario guy, Miranda. He didn't really have. I mean, didn't really throw in combinations. Like, Nick Stolze actually will throw in combinations. This guy was just kind of trying to plod, look for that nice counter, look for that one shot. He didn't really load up on anything. He did have some success with the leg kicks though. And Mario's takedown defense I think Mario only throws single shots, maybe due to fear of the takedown. This is the thing though. I mean, sees Nick Stolze. I think he's not gonna, for better or for worse, he's not gonna be so afraid of it. I think he will land. He likes to land more combos. I think he will go for that nice little. He's gonna let the hands go and then land that nice untelegraphed high kick. Really good stuff. But that can allow him. I mean, can allow him to get taken down. I think but six. Like it's in Emeev wins a boring decision, but I think he's kind of like gifted that decision, to be quite frank with you, maybe like hometown hero kind of guy. But I think there's the thing, guys. My breakdown. I don't want to make this too long. I mean, it's already going long enough, but I mean, I've kind of talked to you about what I see in these guys. What I'm liking. There's some things that just Emeev, he wants to make it like a boring fight. He wants to kind of clit you against a clinch, smother you, right? So he gets more, ring control, if you want to call it that, right? Some more octagon control. He's like, okay, well, he's the one pressuring. He's pushing against the cage. Oh, he's got him down. He's keeping him down. And he averages his takedown. He gets takedowns. This is bread and butter. He wants to make it a boring fight. He wants to smother you. But like I said, I get that away. But like I said, I just feel like it's weird when he's such a high favorite. It's just so hard to put your money in a guy like that. Like, just kind of rudimentary on the feet. Just does not check leg kicks. I mean, I feel like if Anthony Rocco Martin was able to basically win the fight by keeping on the feet by just leg chopping, leg kicking him. If he can do that, I feel like Stolze being an even slicker striker, I feel like he should be able to do it, but it is a bit short notice maybe, and I feel like kind of short notice replacement, and I feel like here's the thing, it's just a takedown. I think a lot of people are saying this, you're either going to want to, I mean, they're saying it's a smart bet, it's like, okay, just put him in a parlay maybe, but I mean, such a high favorite, I just feel like it's a high favorite. Here's the thing, I mean, in my opinion, I'm going to be quite frank with you, I think it's a dog or pass, and I know, like, I think that, I mean, Stolze, here's the thing, if Stolze was like just wild or untrained, I think the defense is what's kind of making me upset. I want to see if he has good takedown defense, but he's seen sprawling. I think as an overall fighter, the overall game, I feel as though he will have the advantage. However, look at that when we talk about the last fight. Look at this last card, Pantoja, overall better fighter, right? Going against Askarov, overall, right? His stand-up is obviously more skilled. He has more to offer on the feet, and on the ground he had good submissions. Askarov only had that wrestling, and he was able to get it done. If you're able to make your, if you're able to get your game plan going, you can neutralize the opponents. And I feel like, unfortunately, this is for all intents and purposes, for the most part, this is going to be a striker versus grappler. And a lot of times in the styles make fights, man. They make the matchups. This is what makes or break you, right? Sorry, I'm just all tired here late at night. But I feel like I've gone through this in my head many times, guys. I've rewatched tape, took notes, I've gone through my head. Even when I was at work, sometimes I just kind of like, it just popped into my head like, damn it. Because a part of me really wants to go, I think there's some value going in with Stolze because he's an underdog, and I feel like overall, he has submissions, he's nasty, he keeps the fight going, and he has obviously the better stand-up. Emeev only has that overhand right, basically, and he's not always very successful, he's just kind of basic. But maybe it's like Askarov, like they want to keep you down, they want to make it boring. You're gonna see Stolze get pushed against the cage. You're gonna see him maybe land on the feet a bit, but then he's gonna get taken down because he's trying to land. And on the ground, he maybe tries to get some submissions, but he doesn't get it. And then he's just kind of getting what position of Emeev is gonna go well. So overall, I think my pick, I am leaning towards Emeev. I just feel like he's gonna get it done, but I feel like there's value in Stolze in that. Like I said, it's almost like Pantoja fight, right? He just looks better in the overall. Like I like on the feet, he's obviously got the edge, and on the ground, I mean, he still at least throws submissions and stuff. He's spry, he's got some fight in him. So I feel like if you're betting on Emeev so much, he's such a high favorite. It's like, okay, no, for sure he will not get taken advantage on the feet, even though he's only one-dimensional in striking. And he eats leg kicks, he doesn't really check them, and he basically his only path to victory is to be a wet blanket on you, right? If that's the guy you want to go for. But I feel like, I mean, yeah, it probably will end up happening like that, unfortunately. But I mean, I think it's either dog or pass in this, to be quite frank with you guys. So appreciate it, guys, and yeah, good luck. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm gonna have more breakdowns for you. All right.